Hello and welcome to this Spark tutorial on how to use Portrait Dialogue's telemarketing application. It's best suited for those people who are actually making the calls to the customers. So first of all, we'll log into telemarketing. Your icon may look a bit different to mine. It may have a little telephone there instead. So just double click on that. Once you're here, you can punch in your login details. The username and password is usually your first name and last name. Okay, so the first screen that you get presented with after you log in is the projects page. So here you can see a list of all the telemarketing projects that are available for you to pick up and make calls from. I've blocked out some here just for privacy reasons. The one that we'll use today is the video tutorial telemarketing. So once you find your project, you just double click on that project. And this screen you get presented here is the customer search page, and all of these fields represent different ways that you can search for particular customers that are in the call queue. What we'll do, and the left hand side here also shows you your project status. So how many calls have been completed, how many may be locked by you, and how many customers are left in the call queue. So what we'll do first, what we'll do is we'll run through several examples of what can happen during a phone call. The first one we'll do is say if it is a successful phone call. You call somebody, you call a customer, and they complete the questionnaire that you want to run through with them. So let's search for a customer. Say you work in the Lismore branch. Type in Lismore because you only want to pick up customers that belong to your branch. Sorry, I just clicked enter, but you can click search here. Then down the bottom here you'll get presented with a list of all the customers that are in the call queue that are tagged or tied to the Lismore branch. Once you find the customer that you would like to call, you can either double click on that customer or to randomly pick one of them, you just click fetch next. I'll just double click. This next page here, this is the call script page. So on the left hand side you've got all the participant or the customer's information. Really good little tool for you to be able to view what type of products the customer have. Might be a good conversation starter. Also a good chance to check that the contact details that you have for them are correct, like the email address. On the right hand side, this is the actual questionnaire and call script that you'll be able to run through with the customer. So we'll just quickly fly through this one. So we're assuming that this customer is happy with us talking to them and they're answering all of these questions for us. Once we've gotten to the end, we click submit. That could also say forward. And this particular questionnaire says submit, so we'll click submit. And that is it. It brings you back to the customer search page to retrieve another customer to call. You can either do it each time you call or when you're finished making all your calls. On the left hand side here you click update statistics and you can see that now there are only 194 customers left in the call queue. So in this next example, let's say we have gone to call another customer in the call queue. Again, we'll type in Lismore branch and get a list of those customers to call. So once we've got a customer to call, say you have been pulled away from your desk or you've just got to go and you haven't even had a chance to contact this customer yet, you would like to return them to the call queue so that you or somebody else might be able to call them, but don't want to log any or don't want to have any reporting or call logs for it. Now what we do is we just click cancel call. It'll ask us, are you sure you want to cancel this call and move the participant back to the queue? You click OK. And then you're back to this screen again. For our next example, what we'll do, instead of pulling a customer that might be tied to a particular branch, we're just going to randomly select any customer that is in our call queue. We'll do that by just clicking fetch next. Now we've got the call script page again here. You've called the customer. this time the phone is engaged, so it's been an unsuccessful call. Instead of clicking cancel call, we would like to click end call because we do want to log that we tried to call and unfortunately the phone was busy. So this time we'll click end call. What pops up here are two options: call later or unsuccessful. So I'll just show you unsuccessful. Unsuccessful has several options here. Line busy is the one that we're after this time. Line was busy, we'll just click line busy, click post. Again, you get pulled back to the customer search page. We will then update the statistics and search for another customer to call. In this last example, say we have fetched next, we've got a customer to call. We've managed to get through to the customer, but unfortunately they don't have the time to talk to us at the moment, and we've managed to arrange a time to call them back. You click end call, and then you would select a date that you'd like to call them back and a time. You can either have that call be picked up by anyone else who's making phone calls, or you can just tag yourself. Again, add any comments down the bottom here and click post. Now lastly, what I'd like to show you is what these three checkboxes are all about. So locked by you, this, if you click on this and click search, there's none here at the moment, but say for example you opened up a customer to call, opened up the call script page, and you didn't close it correctly, so you didn't click cancel and return that customer back to the call queue, then that customer becomes locked by you, and the only way you can retrieve them is by searching for them that way. The assigned to you, this is how you retrieve customers that you have requested or have requested a callback and you have assigned that customer to yourself. Assign by you, click search. And lastly, the on recall button, if you click on this checkbox and click search, you'll be presented with a list of customers that have been called at least once before and are due for a callback. So they have been returned to the call queue for whatever reason, such as the line was busy, they have requested a callback but it's not tied to a particular person, and you just do the same thing. You double click on a customer and run through the call script with them. And that's it. That's all you really need to know to use Portrait Dialogue's telemarketing application.